People hold their own sets of fears and hopes. They have desires they don't reveal and insecurities they try to hide. These hidden parts can turn into weak spots, places where they can be influenced or controlled. When we talk about taking advantage of someone's soft spots, we do not mean becoming cruel or breaking trust for no reason. We mean staying alert to the signs that someone might use our vulnerabilities against us. By knowing how to spot weakness in others, we also learn to protect ourselves and plan our moves wisely. Our goal is not to hurt others, but to keep ourselves from being taken by surprise. No one is free from weakness. Some people want praise. Others crave status or wealth. Many fear being alone, losing approval, or being seen as flawed. If you want to understand a person's real motivation, watch their behavior more than their words. People often reveal the truth when they think no one notices. Look for small changes in their speech, how they dress, or how they react to praise or criticism. You might see that one person blushes when they receive a compliment, suggesting they are starved for validation. Another might quickly change the topic whenever money is mentioned, showing discomfort or secret greed. Another might tell grand stories about themselves, trying to cover insecurity with big words and inflated achievements. By watching their consistent patterns, you can find that point where they are most likely to be influenced. Once you notice a subtle pattern in someone, like a craving for flattery or a desire for control, you can direct your interaction in a way that benefits you. This does not require trickery in every situation. Sometimes it just means focusing on their needs so they feel understood. When they feel you appreciate them in that special way, they grow more open to your ideas. For instance, a colleague who wants respect above all will be more cooperative if you let them feel valued. You might ask for their advice or give them a chance to lead a part of a project you hold back from taking center stage and let them enjoy the spotlight. This fulfills their wish for status, and in return, you gain their trust and loyalty. If, on the other hand, your colleague thirsts for admiration, you can offer sincere compliments, but be cautious and genuine. If they sense you are only praising them to get something, they might grow suspicious. The aim is to build a space where they feel you get them. When their guard lowers, your path to success is clearer. Weakness also shows up when people try to cover their flaws with arrogance or stubborn pride. They might pretend to be stronger or more capable than they really are. Pay attention to the difference between true confidence and forced bravado. True confidence shows itself quietly. Forced bravado often involves loud claims, blaming others, or repeating how skilled they are. These signs can reveal deep insecurity. If you find such a person blocking your progress, you can use their own pride to guide them. Suggest ideas that feed their image of being in charge, then let them steer themselves where you want them to go. They believe they are in control, but in reality, they're following the path you laid out. This way, their inflated ego becomes a tool in your hands instead of a wall in your way. We also have to be prepared for when someone else aims to exploit our weak spots. The same methods you use to read others can be used against you. Reflect on your own triggers. Do you become upset when criticized? Are you eager for attention or praise? Once you pinpoint your own soft spots, work on managing them. This does not mean hiding your feelings altogether. It means staying aware of them, so nobody can steer you with flattery or push your buttons with harsh words. If you know someone is trying to provoke a reaction, pause before responding. Take a breath. Let the moment pass without reacting. This simple act of restraint can help you avoid being controlled by your emotions. In social or professional groups, people often engage in a subtle dance. They test each other's roles. They look for who can be dominated and who might be a threat. By understanding this unspoken dance, you can decide how to present yourself. If you see that someone is very eager to gain the group's approval, you might charm them by giving them a piece of that approval. If you notice someone has an intense need to always be right, you can let them have small victories in conversation, making them feel heard. Then, when you need their support later on, they are more likely to give it. At the same time, keep your own goals in mind. Every action you take should lean toward building your position, your credibility, and your influence. It helps to study how people respond under stress. Stress exposes real priorities and hidden weak points. When a big deadline looms, you might see the usually calm coworkers snap at minor problems. Maybe they fear failure more than they let on. Or a manager normally confident might panic when the budget tightens, revealing a need for total control. These moments are windows into their genuine nature. Observe them without judgment, because what you learn will help you maneuver more effectively in the future. If you see that your manager is terrified of losing face, you can protect them from embarrassment in public. Show loyalty in front of others. That person may repay you with opportunities or protection when times are tough. If you see your coworker breaks under criticism, you can offer steady support. Though you keep your advantage in mind, you don't do it maliciously. You do it to build alliances and reduce friction. When alliances are formed, shared benefits come more easily. One key to using weaknesses effectively is not to reveal you are doing it. A direct approach often backfires. If someone thinks you are targeting their soft spots, they will grow wary or even hostile. Secrecy and subtlety are everything. You want people to feel that your suggestions are their own ideas, or at least something they came to appreciate on their own. Each time you approach them, adapt your words to their emotions and sense of self. Appear genuine, be patient, trust develops slowly. In some cases, you might decide it is best to stay in the background, letting someone else take credit. If you do this when dealing with an influential person, they might continue seeking your help since you are not a threat to their pride. Through consistent and patient effort, you build a foundation of power that is hard for others to detect or erode. At the same time, do not become so focused on other people's faults that you miss changes in the environment. Some of the biggest dangers arise when things shift unexpectedly. An overlooked newcomer on the team, a new policy, or an old ally who changes their stance. These shifts can give others fresh confidence, or they might take advantage of a new rule that weakens your position. Stay alert to changes in mood, regulations, or alliances. If you stay flexible, you can adjust your approach to keep your edge. You do this best by reading people's reactions to the change. Ask subtle questions, listen carefully, notice who is excited and who is worried. Then plan a strategy that fits the new landscape. Consistent awareness will help you respond quickly, not only in defense, but also in offense when the right opportunity shows up. People's weaknesses are not just points to exploit, they can also be bridges for connection. If someone trusts you because you respect their vulnerability, they may become a strong ally. However, if you go too far or act cruelly, you risk backlash. Those you hurt might seek revenge or gather others against you. Balance is key. Use insight to open doors and protect yourself, but avoid driving people away. A strong web of relationships can often be more powerful than a single victory gained by harming someone's self-esteem. Ultimately, the idea is to master a hidden language that most ignore. People rarely say, "I'm worried about my reputation," or "I feel scared of failure." Instead, they hint at these feelings through actions and small remarks. By paying close attention, you see the true nature of those around you. You become skilled at uncovering their hidden sides. You can offer support or direct them in ways that serve your interests, and you can guard yourself against those who would do the same to you. Like any skill, it takes practice and discipline. You need to observe people for a while. You need to test little steps, see how they respond, and grow your influence bit by bit. Through patient effort, you refine your grasp of human nature. You understand that everyone has weak spots, including you. Then you use that knowledge not only to protect yourself, but to navigate social circles with more confidence and success. In this way, you stay one step ahead of potential threats. You read signs others miss. You keep your own triggers under control, and when the time comes to push forward, you use what you have learned to shape outcomes in your favor. It is a dance of awareness and adaptability. If you do it right, you avoid getting lost in someone else's power moves. Instead, you set the rhythm, allowing those who want to feel power, approval, or recognition to find it through you. This becomes a quiet form of influence that stands strong over time.